Hello, my nerdy bunch. Welcome to another episode of Sydney's Scientific Secrets, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating world of biology and unravel the mysteries that govern life. I'm your host, Sydney Wilson, and today we're going to explore cellular communication. First, we'll dive into what cell signaling is. Imagine your body as Bioville. It's a city, just like New York City. Millions of inhabitants, each playing a specific role. To maintain order and harmony, these cells need to communicate with each other, and that's where cell signaling comes into play. Cell signaling is the language that cells use to send and receive messages. These messages can be about growth, development, responding to changes in the environment, or even defending against threats. Now let's break down the 3 stages of cell signaling. Stage 1. Reception. This is where the signal is detected by a receptor on the cell's surface or inside the cell. Imagine the signal is a letter and the receptor is the mailbox. The letter needs to reach the right mailbox for the message to be received. Stage 2. Transduction. Once the signal is received, it needs to be translated into a form that the cell can understand and act upon. This happens in a series of molecular events inside the cell, like a track star passing the baton from one runner to another in a relay race. And now it is time for the final step, Stage 3, response. Here, the cell carries out the specific action dictated by the signal. It could be a change in gene expression, cell shape, or maybe even the release of certain molecules. The response is like the final task a worker completes after receiving instructions from their boss. Now, let's shift our focus to the types of signaling molecules, lipid-soluble and lipid-insoluble. Lipid-soluble signaling molecules, such as steroid hormones, can easily pass through the cell membrane. Picture them as VIPs with an all-access pass. Once they make it inside, they bind to receptors in the cell's nucleus, directly influencing gene expression. On the other hand, lipid-insoluble signaling molecules like proteins or peptides can't cross the cell membrane on their own. They rely on receptors on the cell surface to relay the message inside. Think of them as guests needing an invitation to enter a party. So, the key difference lies in how these molecules access receptors, either by slipping through the membrane or by interacting with receptors on the cell surface. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious!